he used to always fuck with me. And he's just an asshole.
Right.
Fuck him, he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I even had to go to his office and told him, hey, I'm a grown man.
Please give the video a thumbs up for the algorithm. Let's get back to the episode.
The car business in generally has always been on bullshit. Okay. Since the 50s, the United States were forcing manufacturers to have dealerships, which means they make the car, then they go to a dealership, and then they go to the consumer. Actually, you don't need that. You can make a car and sell it directly to the consumer. But so that middleman was there to just take advantage of the consumers.
Right.
But fast forward 55 years, they're still doing the same practices. That's why no one feels comfortable buying a new car, still to this day.
Right.
You're gonna get robbed on the price, you're gonna get robbed, and if you're black, federal cases have proven this many times. If you're black and you got good credit, you are still gonna get a higher interest rate.
Yeah.
And the car dealership that I worked for got sued by the FTC for doing that. And it was Nableton's Auto Park. Nableton's Auto Park.
Okay.
But they all do this, not just Nableton's.
Right.
All car dealerships.
Right.
If you are black with a 700 credit score, you are going to get 2 or 3 points added to your interest rate.
Damn. So they trained you to do that?
I wasn't in finance, but they lost this in court. You can read about it all in court. You can just Google Nableton's Auto Park sued for discrimination.
Okay.
I worked for Nableton's Auto Park. I was in operations, which means I handled the website and the online stuff.
Okay.
And I took pictures of cars and like that.
Okay.
But since I wasn't in sales, it wasn't as much drama as a salesperson would get.
Right.
I was in sales at one time at a BMW dealership.
Okay.
Same situation. A lot of discrimination, a lot of bullshit, a lot of backhanded, a lot of scams.
So give us some. People want to know some particulars. Like we hear what you're saying.
Particulars.
But we want to know
when you
a
put,
person, you know.
Well, if you put money down on a car, that actually doesn't go towards the price of the car. So the money that you put down on a car goes directly to their profit line.
Damn.
So if you put $10,000 on a $30,000 car, they increase the price of the car $10,000. So it becomes a $40,000 car. And they hide all this in the interest rates, and they hide all this in the monthly payments.
Oh. Yeah, because I know the interest in that shit.
The interest and the monthly payments is where they get you. Yeah. They take that 10 grand, they take the 30,000. So if you have a $30,000 car, you put $10,000. So that means you're only paying $20,000 for the car.
Right.
No. You're going to pay $40,000 for the car.
Right.
Because they're going to take the 30 plus your 10 and then subtract the 10 to get back to 30. They're going to profit the 10. That's going to be their margins. And then to make the numbers look good on paper, they'll just add in $30 a month times 5 to 6 years. That adds up to the 10 grand.
Oh, okay.
But here's one particular that car dealerships do.
Okay.
When they always fire people. It's a revolving door because they treat people bad. Salespeople get treated bad. The employees get treated bad. The consumers get treated bad. So what they do is by default, and a lot of industries do this. In Illinois, you have our unemployment insurance is based upon if you get fired. There's different ways of termination in Illinois. You can get terminated if there is lack of work. Like during COVID, when people got terminated from their jobs, it wasn't because they were they did something wrong.
Right.
They call it misconduct.
Right.
You got fired because there was no work.
Right.
Just like construction workers.
Right.
So when you get terminated, your unemployment insurance is the stopgap. It's federal and state that prevents you from suffering for you to file. Okay. You pay for that, but they pay your employer also pays a premium.
Right.
And it goes towards the state into an escrow account. And when you file, they give you that money.
Right.
That's how unemployment works.
Okay.
But in a car dealership, they file you and say you had misconduct, even though you didn't. So when you file, you get denied.
Damn.
And they do this across the board. It doesn't matter if you got fired for cause or not. They report to unemployment that you had misconduct.
Damn.
They'll say that you showed up for work late.
Oh, yeah.
So when you file, you get denied. But here's the catch. The state knows that car dealerships are full of shit.
Wow.
The judges know. They're called administrative judges.
So they're not real judges? They're not law judges.
They're not criminal judges.
Right,
They're
right.
administrative judges. Like,
Right.
like when you get a parking ticket,
Yeah,
that's
like
not criminal.
yeah,
that's administration.
Right,
They're still judges. They're still sworn.
Okay.
They still sit on a bench.
Okay.
And they have rulings that affect rules or laws.
Okay.
The Illinois Department of Employment Security has that same thing. So when you get denied, I'm telling everyone, when you get denied, appeal. Always appeal. They almost always lose the appeal. Now, if you was fucking up,
Right.
okay, goddamn it, they caught you smoking weed on the job.
Right.
You no show for 3 days, or you slap somebody.
Right.
You on some bullshit, don't appeal.
Right.
But if there's they fucking with you, and your boss is fucking with you, or your boss is racist, or you're a piece of shit asshole, whatever, always appeal. And then you write up the story, and here's, they don't make it that easy.
Right.
You have to fax in the appeal. Who's got a fucking fax machine?
Right.
So you take the document, kind of scan it, and then you can use apps to fax shit nowadays.
Right. Yeah.
There's like free fax shit.
Okay.
And fax to the unemployment office. When they get it, the clock starts ticking. They have 90 days to respond to that appeal. And this is why you always win. Usually car dealerships don't have time for that. Because they have to send someone to court. Like literally send someone, an attorney or a representative for the dealership. They usually don't have time for it. So if they don't show, guess what happens? You win by default.
Right.
And you get your unemployment.
Right.
And you get all the back pay from them not paying you. Even if they do show up, like my dealership, Napleton's Auto Park. These motherfuckers were so wrong. I was for sure they weren't gonna show. They showed up and had a lawyer. I had a lawyer too, though.
Right.
I had a lawyer too. I had what they call an indigent lawyer.
Okay.
So you know how when you catch a criminal case, the state will appoint you an attorney, a public defender.
Yeah.
They only do that if you're poor.
Right.
If you are unemployed by state law, you're considered indigent, poor.
Okay.
And if you're poor, you can get a free attorney.
Wow.
My attorney was a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He was a bad motherfucker. He's anti-corporate.
Okay. Yeah.
He knows that they're full of shit.
Yeah.
So the depositions, this was during COVID, they were on the phone. So you don't have to drive to the courthouse. But you still need to be there. You have to swear in. The attorneys have to swear in, and you give your case.
Right.
So once you appeal, you go to the appeal. You have this appeal process, and then you wait for the determination.
Right.
They're not going to go through all that. I went through all of it, so I know the process.
Right.
And I won.
Yeah.
Now that I've won the appeal that said that they lied by firing me without cause, I have. See, they done fucked up.
Okay.
Now I have what? I have cause for a civil case.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because I got 3 judges. I have 3 judges that said that they lied.
Right.
And I have it on paper.
Right.
Now I can take that and walk right over to civil court. And that's what I suggest everybody do. If any employer, if you get fired, file for unemployment. If they deny you unemployment, appeal. If you win the appeal, sue the motherfuckers.
Sue the pants off them.
Sue the pants off the motherfuckers. And you are going to win.
Damn.
That's the truth. So car dealerships are the fucking worst. You can make good money, but they are going to fuck you in the end.
Damn.
Whether you are a consumer, you buying a car, or you work there, you are going to get fucked. That's their job, is to fuck you. And
Right, that's their job.
That's their job.
Right.
That's how they survive.
Yeah.
Now, if you have been paying attention to what's going on in the economy, you go to a car dealership, they don't have many cars anymore.
Right.
Because Toyota, Honda, Mercedes, General Motors, Ford, they've all we're losing money by selling our cars to dealerships and them reselling the cars to the consumer.
Right.
We're going to start selling cars directly to the consumer like Tesla.
Oh, right, yeah.
There are no Tesla dealerships.
Right.
You buy a Tesla from Tesla.
From Tesla.
Ford is going to do that.
Wow.
General Motors is going to do that. They're going to bankrupt all the car dealerships. So if you work for a car dealership, and you're in sales, you're in finance, or you're a manager, you make good money, your clock is ticking. You got about 5 years, 10 years to get out of it.
Yeah.
It's over. There'll be no more car dealerships. When you go buy a Toyota, it'll be directly, Toyota will be selling you the car directly to Toyota.
Wow.
And all the electric cars are going to be that way. And General Motors is doing it right now. Yeah, I had a lot of racism at BMW.
At BMW?
Well, actually, it was a Honda BMW store.
Okay.
My manager, I don't play the racism card. And black people are kind of, they always say, oh, you is always talking about racism.
Right.
So we rarely don't do the crowd work.
Right.
Someone fucks with us, we just walk it off.
Right.
And that's, you know, I'm 51. I didn't get this old being no goddamn fool. And I'm from Chicago.
Right.
So I've seen it all.
Right.
So, and I've been around white people.
Okay.
So I know how they work.
Okay.
I didn't just be around all the time and don't know how white people work.
Right.
But white people will fuck with you, and we will just pass it off as just them being an asshole. Because there's black people that's assholes, and there's white people that's assholes. So this white dude fucking with me, he wasn't really my supervisor, but he was in finance. But he used to always fuck with me. And he's just an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him, he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I even had to go to his office and told him, I said, hey, I'm a grown man.
Damn, you had to tell him that?
I had to tell him that. You watch how you talk to me.
Right.
Because when we leave work, God damn it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this job, you know, I will catch a case.
So what's some of the shit you used to do? Like one or two things?
Just like, I would be gone for lunch late 1 minute. He would put a sign on my computer. Would like write something on he was harassing me.
Right.
It's called microaggression.
Yeah.
It's called it's a term that they use in racism. It's micro-racial aggression.
Yeah.
It was little things throughout the day. I got fired, by the way. Beat that case.
Okay.
But 5 years later, 6 years later, I'm at this new dealership, which I should have got out of the whole
car thing
together, but they hired me because I'm in IT.
Right.
I'm a back end guy.
Right.
So I'd worked for car dealerships fixing their computers and their CRMs, like the programs they use to all that bullshit, phones. I worked for another car dealership, and I see this white dude, you know, washing cars. You know what I'm saying? One of the detail dudes. And hey, yo, what's up, bro? You see, you know, man, you know, we dap it up. And white dude, right? He says, oh yeah. He says, when'd you leave BMW? He said, oh yeah, man, I left about 6 months after you did. Blah 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 blah. He says, man, you know what? He said, yeah, man, Dale didn't like you. I'm like, what do you mean Dale didn't like me? He said, Dale was a racist motherfucker. I said, what? I knew it. He said, Dale thought I was racist. Cause this is a white dude.
Right, so he's talking to him.
This you know.
Right.
Trailer. This is a rough-looking white dude.
Right.
In the penitentiary.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, rough-looking white dude, tattoos. He looked like the type. Druggy. You know what I'm saying? So Dale thought he was one of them.
Right.
Dale was telling him, says, yeah, I don't like them people. And he was like, what people? Like gay people? Because I kind of dress was nice and shit and muffled, so I was gay. But you know, nigga from Chicago, we dress nice.
Right.
So he says, no, not gay, black people. I was like, that motherfucker was all this time.
Damn,
he got rid of, we found out that he got rid of me, he got rid of Earl, he got rid of all the black people at the dealership, slowly. The BMW car wash dude, the detail guys, he got rid of all the niggas at the dealership.
Damn, bro.
Because the dealership was bought out by this new group. So they were all new. They came in and they got rid of all the black people, including me. And I didn't find out till 6 years later. So I've been on a tirade of terrorizing this motherfucker. Terrorizing them. Because we live in the same community. Terrorizing them. And I got bail money set aside just in case I see him. Because I can't let shit go. So long story short, car dealerships ain't shit. They gonna fuck you. And white people, when they're being assholes, they might be assholes, but they also might be racist. And sometimes you can verify that with other white people.